Think about it like this. The bottle has a covering. It is a bottle. There is something on top, a plastic or steel or whatever. So if water is inside that bottle, I will say it is inside, within. If this bottle is dunked in an ocean or a big, say, bucket of water, then I will say the water is without, outside the bottle. So it requires a container. So container is that which is not allowing the water to go in or go out. Got it? It is not pervious. It is impervious, so we have a problem there. Now when we say everything is within Krishna, we are assuming that Krishna has a body. Alright? Now I am showing you a small bottle. Suppose I say the bottle is as big as the earth. If the bottle is as big as the earth, then every fish, every animal, every bird, okay, every human being is within that earth. Would you agree on that? But am I giving him a shape? I am giving him a shape of the earth. But this is where we go wrong. We limit the person, Sri Krishna, with a shape. We limit him with a shape and say he is as big as the universe. So there is a limitation to. We are doing chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 30. He who sees me, the universal self, present in all beings and all beings existing within me, he is never out of my sight, nor am I ever out of his sight. So the ultimate thing in this world is that you have to see Krishna as if you are seeing him. The whole world is within him. Just think like this. There is Sri Krishna there. You are seeing him. The whole universe is within him. You are also within him. Alright? So when you are within him, the idea that within and without is a mistaken idea. If there is a boundary, then you can say within. If there is no boundary, how can you say within? So if I say there is a bottle of water, the water is within the bottle. Isn't that how you will see? If there is water around this bottle, that means this bottle is dunked inside an ocean. So water is outside it also and water can be inside it also. If the lid is shut, then the water is, whether there or not there is a big question. So let us understand this from that perspective. This is a material worldly perspective. Think about it like this. The bottle has a covering. It is a bottle. There is something on top, a plastic or steel or whatever. So if water is inside that bottle, I will say it is inside, within. If this bottle is dunked in an ocean or a big, say, bucket of water, then I will say the water is without, outside the bottle. So it requires a container. So container is that which is not allowing the water to go in or go out. Got it? It is not pervious. It is impervious, so we have a problem there. Now when we say everything is within Krishna, we are assuming that Krishna has a body. Alright? Now I am showing you a small bottle. Suppose I say the bottle is as big as the earth. If the bottle is as big as the earth, then every fish, every animal, every bird, okay, every human being is within that earth. Would you agree on that? But am I giving him a shape? I am giving him a shape of the earth. But this is where we go wrong. We limit the person, Sri Krishna, with a shape. We limit him with a shape and say he is as big as the universe. So there is a limitation to his shape. Got it? So if I say everything within the universe, means I am still saying that Sri Krishna has a shape and everything is within him. See the words how they are put. So then this is where we get into the wrong space. There is no such thing as a containership. So Sri Krishna cannot be contained. He is beyond containership. So he doesn't have shape, size or anything like that. So no attributes at all. When there are no attributes, then everything is within him. I cannot say that there is something outside of him, right? So see this, he who sees me, present in all beings. So everything within the contained shape, so-called, is a part of me only, no? So when I call this, I will say a bottle of water. Similarly, you will have a name. You are like a container. This body is like a container. So Krishna ji is, everything within him is Krishna ji. That is how we will say. So I am putting conditions on it. So this is where we go wrong. There should be no condition whatsoever of containership. So Sri Krishna says, he who sees me, the universal self, I am the universal self, I am the self of everybody, is present in all beings. I am supposed to be present in every person, animal, bird, thing and all. That is, all beings existing within me. He is never out of my sight. Suppose that means you have to understand this. If anything that is within is under the purview of this bottle. Got it? So nothing is outside of it. So Sri Krishna says, everything is under my domain. I can see. When you, who is within me, can see me, then I, who is the container of yours, I can see you as well. So if you are there with me, I am always there with you. So I hope you all understood this verse. We go to the next verse, chapter 6, Bhagavad Gita, verse 31. The yogi who is established in union with me and worships me as residing in all beings as their very self, whatever activity he performs them in me. See, again, in me. So anything that you do in this world, provided you have understood yoga, provided you are in union with God, The moment you are one with the divine, any activity that you perform, any activity, it could be eating, drinking, sleeping, or for that matter, roaming around, walking, talking, anything. It might be even killing someone. It might be giving birth to someone. All these activities, every activity is nothing but the one which you are doing within me. Because I am the container of yours. So if I have to give you an example, okay, I have a swimming pool, a huge swimming pool at home, an Olympic swimming pool. Now in that there are hundreds of fishes. You are one of that fish. Now you may be catching another small fish, eating it. You may be a shark for all I know, or you may be a bigger fish. So you will catch one small fish and eat it. You may eat a worm also. Whatever you are doing, are you not doing it within my premise, within my, pool? So that is how it looks. So you are doing it within my purview, within my limitations. I have set you a limitation. This is where you have to be. I can't remove the fish from that tank, isn't it? From that swimming pool, I can't remove the fish. If I remove him outside and keep it on the ground, that fellow will die. So here, the idea is that the fish is over there. Alright? So think like that. So the yogi who is established in union with me, I am that tank in which you are there. So I am the tank, remember this. So are you one with me? Yes. And you worship me at all times. That means you know very well that I am that tank, I am that Krishna. You are worshipping me at constantly. You are saying you are there all around me. So when you say you are there all around me, what happens? You are there within me only. So any activity that you perform is within me. Got it? So we go to verse 32. We are doing chapter 6, Bhagavad Gita, verse 32. Arjuna, he who looks on all as one, on the analogy of his own self, and looks upon the joy and the sorrow of all equally, such a yogi is deemed to be the highest of all. This is a very beautiful line. Sri Krishna is saying like this. When you see yourself in me, when you see yourself in me, everything around you is me only. Would you agree? Everything in my entire being is me only, isn't it? Do you get the point? I am the body. Let us say I am this body. So if you are a small blood cell in my body, you are going all over the place. If you are that blood cell in my body and you are going all over the place, are you me? My blood, isn't it? And there are other blood cells also. There are other blood cells also. Are they not part of me only? Yeah. So if all these blood cells are a part of me, this is an analogy. This is how you have to actually see. Then whatever is happening inside the body is happening to me only, no me. I am Krishna and everything is happening to me. So if you are that blood cell going all over the place, and suppose you are affected, you are infected by some disease, sickle cell anemia, sickle cell. So if you have one sickle cell anemia cell, which you are a blood cell with sickle cell, and there are others also, am I not affected? Yes. So you have to understand, any activity that you perform within me is not only affecting me, but everything inside me as well. This is very difficult to understand because you always think that you are one separate person. No, you are within Krishna. You are roaming all over the town, inside in. Everything in the body has to look like you only. That means it is you only. You have to take ownership. This is where we go wrong. We never take ownership of anything. So we say, no, that is not my job. Why should I do it? Do you get the point? It is not my job. Why should I do it? That means you have not even taken ownership of it. You think that Krishna is somebody else. These other people, the other cells are somebody else only. You have taken this in your head that I'm not responsible for things. Please remember this very clearly. Now I will give you another example. The coronavirus that happened. Some body cells got affected. Some body cells got affected. You are a healthy cell. You are a healthy cell. Are you supposed to take care of those other cells? Yes or no? Your job is to ensure that the other cells in this being are safe and sound. They can be converted into a very, healthy ones. So it is like you are the doctor there within this system. So you taking up ownership and helping everybody is very, very important. So he says, he who looks on all as one, I am the one only, on the analogy of his own self. Like you take your own body, your body is yourself. You have to take everything, like you are that one, and looks upon joy and sorrow of all. Everybody's joy and sorrow is the same as yours. You have to consider this. That means if there is somebody in this world, okay, now let us get out of this body and think in the material world. In the material world, there is a person who has passed his IAS examination, government examination, and has become an IAS officer. Now this is a poor boy. So we have to congratulate him and we have to feel nice about him, correct? So that means we are in taking part in that person's joy. Did you get this point? We have to be one with others. If somebody has a baby, someone in your neighborhood, your friend or somebody, I don't know, if they are feeling happy, we have to take part in their happiness. We have to feel joy for them. Somebody is dead in that place. Somebody died. Do you think it is important that you have to feel sad about that person? Yes or no? You have to take part in that person's sorrow also. So if there is something happening in this world around you, it is very important that when you consider the whole world as a part of you, then you will feel the joy and the sorrow around you also. So let us go back to the example of this. You are a healthy cell. All other cells are affected. Your job is to ensure that everybody else is also taken care of. And the other cells are exulting, something nice has happened. You can also take part in it. See, when this is something which people have not understood over time because they have created concepts. They have believed in some nonsensical concepts. The nonsensical concept is this, that I am a yogi sitting in Himalayas, I don't give a damn. Sri Krishna says, if you are the yogi of the highest order and you consider me as yours, then whatever is happening within me, is it not part of your world only? So if there is something happening, take part in it if you want to. So understand this. What Sri Krishna says is, you can get happiness. See, what is deemed to be the highest of all? Who is this yogi? Who is the highest of all? Somebody who participates in everything. Alright? I will ask you a question. You are staying in a family. Okay? You are staying in a family. Husband, wife, children, mother-in-law, father-in-law, somebody is there. Some big family is there. 7, 8 people. There is one person who is doing all the cooking. There is one person who is doing, say, cars. They will drive the car around. There is one person who is going out to get the grocery. Now, if you are the yogi of the highest order, what is your job? All these are your jobs also. When you deny yourself some job, this is not my job. She is supposed to cook. I am not supposed to cook. She will take care of the children. I will not take care of the children. That is his job to cook. Some people have this. That is his job to cook. That is his job to wash the dishes. So it is not your job. You can never be in spiritual if you do this. If you do not see oneness with the divine and do every job that is given to you, or you see around you, you have to feel it, it is yours. When people deny jobs, this is not something that I know, this is something I will never do, I have never learnt it. They can never be a yogi in the first place and forget about being the highest. They are like a dhobi. I don't know how many people understand what a dhobi is. A washerman. They are worst guys. If you are going to deny work, if you are going to say, I don't want to take part in this, this is not my cup of tea. In this place where I am, whether it is jhadu, removing, sweeping. In India we don't have vacuum cleaners, so we sweep. Cleaning the house with a mop. Washing clothes. Cooking. Doing the dishes. A Guruji does it. I have never denied, because for me, I have to be a part of everything. Whether it is going to the market and buying groceries, I have to be a part of it. You see, if you have an interview, my message will go to you. All the very best to you. It will go. Why? When I know that you have an interview, I will say, okay, all the very best to you. It is important to be a part of this world. Please remember, it is when you consider yourself as a part of this world and when you see the joy and the sorrow around you, that time you understand that everything is Sri Krishna alone. But when you deny me, when you say this is not my job, I don't want to do this, this is not something that I am trained in, anything that you deny, you do not consider yourself as a part of Sri Krishna. It doesn't matter even if you don't know the job, doesn't even matter. It doesn't really matter whether you know the job or no. Can you be of some help somewhere? This is what he says, Arjuna, he who looks at all as one. Everything is one. On the analogy of the own self. and looks upon the joy and sorrow of all equally. Anything that is joyful, sorrowful, work-based, or anything for that matter, you have to see it as this only, within Krishna. Such a yogi is deemed to be the highest of all. When you say, this is not me, I don't know, I don't care, then you are denying Krishna. Then you are not a devotee or a disciple or anything like that. You are just here for the heck of it. Taking part in everything, participating is very important. People have this dirty habit of saying, Guruji, you have never told me anything. We will be coming to a chapter. I am telling you just now only where. We are going to come to a chapter where there are 3 kinds of disciples or devotees. 3 kinds. One who says, I don't have the time, I'm very lazy, I can't get up and do it. That kind of a person. Maybe I'll do it some other day. Maybe sometime when I want to, I will do. He is called the disciple or the devotee of the lowest order, the worst kind. Somebody who is told, do this. It's when, suppose the Guruji says, do this. Yeah, I will do. Tomorrow when I have time, I will do. And when tomorrow comes again, I will ask, did you do it? No, sorry. I was so busy yesterday, And all kinds of answers, okay? Now, from men, I don't expect these answers, but from women, there are lots of answers which are pertaining to their body, they will come up with. I got headache, I got my periods, I did this happened, that happened, my whole world went down, I was fighting that day, I was not in the rightful strain of my, all kinds of nonsense they will give. To do a simple thing, you have a problem. But you ate yesterday, you drank yesterday, you brushed your teeth, you went to the toilet, you did everything, but this, which is just a 5-minute job, you can't do. Such a kind of a person, then reluctantly the person will do, yeah, I will do now. And then the person does that job. That person is called a mediocre type. What is he called? Mediocre type of disciple. Then there is the third kind of disciple who need not be told. I don't even have to open my mouth and say any words. That person will anticipate and do the job before it is required. That is called the disciple or the devotee of the highest order. There is no need of even giving instructions. So now you decide which category you will fall under if you are given some kind of a job. So if you think that is how it is, and by the way, there is a very big chapter based on this kind of people. There are 3 types of devotees, there are 3 types of people, there are 3 types of gifts. We are going to do an entire chapter based on this. So please remember this. This is where we all fall down. We do not anticipate. Human beings never anticipate the jobs. They will say, you never told me anything. If you say these words, you never told me anything. You never asked me to do this job. You have not said this to me. What kind of a person are you? Are you the highest or mediocre or the lowest? You have to decide for yourself. Because then, if you are in spiritual, a yogi is supposed to participate in the joy and the sorrow of everyone around. He is supposed to do so many things, and that should be done selflessly, without pointing to the self that it is hurting me, I cannot do this, this is not possible. That is called thinking about the self. You have to do everything selflessly. without even thinking about your own body, mind, or whatever. That is why I said those words. I hope you all will understand this verse. So, next one would be Arjuna is going to ask some questions. We will leave it for tomorrow. So, we'll stop here.